And Heather and Scott, you can hear me okay? All right, perfect. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming to the December meeting of the DuPage ROSC Council. My name is Jared. I am the coordinator for this ROSC. This meeting will be a shorter one, as it is, as you can see, our annual ROSC Holiday Party. I do want to make sure I have plenty of time for fellowship and some food and some raffle and some other things. So thank everybody for showing up. I really, really appreciate it. I was going to ask my usual script, which says everybody put your name and contact info in the chat. I think there's only a couple of you. If you feel the need to do it, Scott and Heather, you can put your name and contact info in the chat. Otherwise, we'll do the in-person networking here. I do want to start by thanking everybody who donated to our winter clothing drive over the past 2 months. So we were actually able to collect over 10 full bags, like large garbage bags full of coats and scarves and hats and gloves to donate to the People's Resource Center. So this is the second year that we've done this. This was even bigger than last year. So everybody who donated, we really, really appreciate your kindness and generosity. I always say this when I promote the coat drive, which is, as someone with lived experience of spending a lot of time outdoors when I was struggling with substance use stuff, that type of thing we take for granted, like even having stuff like, you know, warm socks or some gloves when we're outside. So it definitely does not get taken for granted by the people on the receiving end of those donations. So we appreciate everybody who donated to that. We will have another drive in the spring. We've tried to make this a quarterly thing. However, we're always open to ideas. So if you or your organization, or if you're part of maybe a recovery program where some donations could help out, come and talk to me, because we're always willing to find new places to be able to donate things. So thank you everybody again for that. I do want to take just a couple of minutes here to promote some upcoming events. So let me go ahead and share my screen for just a minute. All right, so some of the upcoming meetings and trainings. Let me adjust my screen here. So the next meeting of the ROSC Council is actually going to be on Wednesday, January 10th at 3 p.m. And we're having a presentation on evidence-based care for alcohol use disorder and substance use disorder treatment from Nicole Jansen, who's here today and has been a great member of the ROSC almost since the very beginning. I think month 2, I think you were on board, or month 3. So glad to have her here to present on that in January. A couple of the other presentations we have coming up. I know in February we have the folks who run the state gambling programs are going to be here to talk about the initiatives that they're doing, which, as you know, one of those process addictions that definitely carries over with substances and mental health. And then in March, we're going to talk to a couple of different sober living homes in our area, which is something that obviously DuPage is needed, and there is a lot of work being done. And so we want to be able to highlight those houses that are in DuPage. So that'll be in March. We're always looking for presentation topics. So if you've got something that you're passionate about, let us know, and we're happy to have you come and spotlight you or your organization or your program. So that's in January. A couple of sober events. I'm going to move this over. The very first ROSC game night is Saturday, January 27th from 7 to 9 p.m. right here in this room in the big hall. This big screen behind me will be projecting video games, specifically Mario Kart. If anyone has been a Mario Kart fan, there may or may not be a special personalized trophy for the winner of that competition. But we're also going to have TVs on opposite sides of the room here. So we're going to have like 3 different video game setups. We'll have board games, non-gambling card games. I have to preface it by saying that. It'll probably be 2 decks of Uno cards, which is, that's fun for me. So yeah, 7 to 9 p.m. That's open to everybody. Really through the ROSC and the RCO, which Saleha coordinates, want to try to make sure that we're providing safe, sober events for people. So while, it's great that we're here on campus for Serenity House, this is open to the public in DuPage and surrounding areas. So if you know somebody who's struggling that needs a place to go on a Saturday night, send them out, and we're glad to have him here for that. I don't see him here yet. He will be, but Mark Matthews always puts on a great sober skate event. So this is on where's the date? The 21st, 4:30 to 6:30. So this is at the Coach Light Skate Center in Roselle. My favorite part of this flyer, it says, bring your own skates. So if you have roller skates in the year of our Lord, 2023, God bless you. Does she? Okay. So you can bring your own skates or you can rent them for the low price of $4. Pay at the door. And this is really important. Mark's also collecting socks at that event. So if you've got some socks you want to donate, you want to go skating, going out to the Sober Skate event, all the proceeds for this go back into the recovery community. That's really important. The events that Mark puts on, so like the Turkey Bowl, the Sober Skate, some of the speakathons, all the money they raise go back into recovery programs in our area. So go check that out if you're looking for something to do. A couple other things. I want to promote Rebecca's thing going on this weekend. Becky Zeller, who comes from Naomi's house, wanted me to point out that this weekend on Saturday, you know what, Becky, do you want to come up and I can give you a mic and you can kind of promote it in person? A little bit easier that way. And you can look into that computer right there.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Once a month, I'm doing the Street Reach Aurora. I don't know if any of you guys ever heard of Street Reach Elgin, but basically what that is I'm expanding it out to Aurora, and we're going to do like hot food, outreach bags to the women, haircuts for women and men, a table for resources. Wayside Cross Ministries is going to be there. I'm trying to get the director of Hesed House to be there. And then we're going to do a lot of fellowshipping and just hanging out with the people in the community. I've been in Aurora, in the encampments, in the streets, just kind of like letting them know that we're here for the women who have experienced exploitation, because we know wherever there's oppression, there is exploitation. And just kind of letting them know, giving them awareness about our services. And as me, a person of lived experience, I know if I can do it, anybody else can, right? So just giving them that hope. So with that, I am open to like any suggestions or any resources that anybody has, or just anybody who's interested in showing up. Also like gloves, hats, coats, hand warmers, all those types of things that come with being cold and in the streets for these people. I've been out there and I've been seeing them. They're just like staying like intense and it's super cold. So that's basically it.
People can get involved through that number there that's on the flyer. All right. So yeah, really important. Thank you, Rebecca. And we'll try to make sure we put that on our social media and stuff like that before this weekend. Another big thing that's coming up is the CCAR Recovery Coach Academy. I think there's quite a few graduates from it that are in this room, at least a handful of you. So this is the recovery coach training that the ROSC and the RCO provide. It used to be every quarter. It kind of dropped off since then, but we are kicking it back off in January. So this is through the Connecticut Community for Addiction and Recovery. This is an intensive training designed to kind of get people a basic understanding of what it means to be a recovery coach. It is a very good training to kind of get your foot in the door. Bruce Ewick is here, runs the recovery coach program at College of DuPage. This is obviously a bit more in-depth and intense, but this is one that's kind of, I think it's great for people who maybe are like, what is recovery coaching? You know, is this something that could be for me? Because as we know, there's a lot of people in recovery who want to get into this field and maybe don't know how. And recovery coaching is a sector that is just growing leaps and bounds in the state of Illinois over the next couple of years. So if this is something you're interested in, we provide this completely free. So this is over the course of 3 consecutive weekends. So it's on a Friday night from 6 to 10, next day, Saturday during the day from 10 to 4. So that's 3 consecutive weekends. That provides you 30 CEUs. And we also work with you on the last day to talk about next steps as far as getting your certification through that. I'm somebody that took it. I really, really enjoyed it. It's a great in-person training. Holly Brunton, who works for us here, does the training. Very interactive. And I think everyone who's taken it has gotten a lot out of it. So we usually cap it at about 17 or 18 people, and we're halfway there already. So if you're interested in signing up, please let me know. This is on our social media and on our website. So you can go through that QR code, or you can contact the email addresses that are on the screen, or you can just let me know and we'll save a spot for you. But we would love to have you. I think it's a really great training, and for free, you really can't beat that. So hopefully we can get some of y'all to sign up for that. I'm going to stop the share here just to give a couple more updates. I was going to turn it over to my colleague, Danny Sorbis, to talk a little bit about what's going on our WhatsApp referral hub. Danny, unfortunately, had to leave. He's not here with us today. So I'm going to go ahead and give you that quick update because that's something that we offer here. I think a lot of you are on it. If you're not, our WhatsApp group started as a group text last year. It started out of a basic frustration of not being able to find services for people quickly or in a timely manner. And actually, even before that, it started with me and Donna Foyle, who's in this room, talking a few years ago about the frustrations of someone struggling who really needs help, not tomorrow or next week, but that day, and the frustrations and being able to find that for people. So it started as a group text, got to about 12 of us, and then as a text, it was just way too hard to deal with, so we bumped it up to WhatsApp. So now I think there's 70 some odd people on here. A lot of you are in it. We're really using it for multiple referrals a week. I know in the past week, you know, a lot of it's for, you know, detox or residential treatment, but also IOP, PHP, but also like very specific kind of specialized treatment. Like I know we got a request this week for some treatment specifically for a Polish speaking gentleman, which is something that we run into, you know, in our area up here. We run into that for Spanish speakers. Are there specialized services for people who, you know, only speak Spanish? You know, these are the types of referrals that we're dealing with on there. And it's been really helpful. And it's not just for DuPage. We have members that are in Will, Kane, all the way out to Sauk Valley. You know, we really appreciate everybody because, as you know, this is one big area up here. You know, recovery doesn't begin or end at the DuPage borders. So we're glad to have people a part of that. If that's something you're interested in and you have not signed up for it yet, you can find me, all my people who are here in person. If you're on the line here, all 6 of you, I'll put that in the chat, but I think most of you know how to get that. But that's definitely something that we like to provide through the ROSC. So come and check with me if you're interested. Danny also is our mentor through the state of Illinois for the ROSC and Region 2. So what that means is all of our ROSCs that are up here in our specific region, we work with them not only on the challenges that they're facing, but also to kind of boost their successes, to kind of maybe look at this region as a big area to help each other out and promote the work that we're doing in this area. So we do like to take just a couple of minutes at our meetings to kind of talk about some of the things that are going on in different areas. For instance, so Lake County, that's one in our region. They're currently working on finding a location because, as some of you may have heard, they got named as one of the hosts of the National Recovery Rally in 2024, which is the first time it's actually been in the state of Illinois. So Lake County was one of the recipients of that. And that's a lot of work to put on in the next year. So they're working on that and could definitely use some support coming up. Heart Life Ministries, which serves Will and Grundy counties. Just a couple of things that they're offering. Every third Tuesday of the month, they offer a love and grief care virtual meeting. In addition, they recently had a national conversation piece. Actor Courtney B. Vance, who, if you don't know his name, you definitely know his face, had a presentation through them about men identifying their pain and reclaiming their power, especially African-American men. So HLM is doing great work in Will County. We work with EDDR Foundation, which is in Winnebago County. And they also had started a WhatsApp referral group that's getting off the ground. Exciting for them too. They also partnered up with Live for Lolly. So a lot of you know Live for Lolly is a harm reduction group. They started getting some funding to do work up in Winnebago County, and they have an office right across the street from EDDR. So they're working on getting that stigma crusher of their own up in Winnebago County to serve the people with harm reduction supplies, but not only that, treatment navigation and recovery support services and all the things that they do. I am not going to myself report on Sauk Valley just because I see Gerald here. Gerald, do you want to say hi if you got a minute, just to maybe let us know any of the stuff that's going on in Sauk Valley?
Hey, everybody. Yeah, Sauk Valley Voices of Recovery has 2 ROSC councils, one for Lee, Whiteside County, one for Ogle DeKalb, so just west of DuPage. We're really just kind of getting our feet on the ground. We've hired on Heather Tomlinson, who's there to take over Ogle DeKalb. We're going to be focusing on trying to get a collegiate recovery community going at Northern Illinois University, trying to work with TASC and the Center for Health and Justice to get their deflection program off the ground. and trying to really just build community and tackle some of the issues that we're seeing in the community. We've also had some amazing partnerships with other members of this ROSC family, including Dr. White, who has helped us in Chicago. So right now there's a very real line of care and support all the way from the south side of Chicago all the way out to the Mississippi River, and that's really cool.
Perfect. Thanks, Gerald. We're glad to be a partner with you in Region 2, and always looking forward to seeing the work that y'all are putting out in the next couple of years. So that's kind of the updates up in our region. However, I got a bunch of you here, and every time I talk to you, you have programs that you're working on, you have things that you want to promote. Who here's got some stuff they want to mention? I've got a mic here, and I don't want to go around and put it in your faces, but I do want some feedback. So who wants to talk about programs they're working on? Not only that, what about available services that are coming up? Or what about projects that you might need help with? Does anybody volunteer to let us know what's going on with them? I do this every month. What's funny is I get emails from all of y'all. Like, I got this program. Can we mention it the next one? All right. I'm going to say going once, going twice, because it is a holiday party. So I do want to get to that. So we'll talk about that in person. But next time, I expect some people to talk about the programs they're working on. But yeah, I do want to give the people online some time back, and I want to give the time for everybody here in person to get some food and do some socializing. So thank you, everybody, for stopping in. I know this was a quick one, but I just wanted to check in with some stuff that's going on in DuPage. As we said, that next ROSC meeting in January on the 10th, we'll have Nicole talk to us about some evidence-based treatment, but we have a lot of exciting stuff. We're also going to break up into some small groups in January, mostly online, to talk about some stuff in our strategic plan, and maybe some brainstorming from some ideas that maybe some of y'all have of what could be done in DuPage County that we're not already looking at. So thank you to everybody for stopping by. We appreciate it. And we'll see y'all online in January. Everybody have a great holiday if I don't see you.
Bye, everybody.